So this is all of the plants that we have inside of our house, and we're going to show you a whole bunch more that live outside of our house as well. Hey team, welcome back to another episode. Today we are talking about plants because we teased it in our last video and a whole bunch of you asked that we talk about the plants in our lives.
Everyone's like, garden content, we're here for it. So we're showing up for you.
We're here.
We'll show you our plants.
So this video is going to be a part of a sort of house and home series that we are making on this channel, all about the way that we live in our home as sustainably as possible. So if that interests you, there will be a link down below.
Now, obviously our plants don't live here, like surrounding us all the time. We put them here to show you.
And to make it look more impressive,
yeah,
to be clear.
Absolutely. So we're gonna put them back where they actually live, and then we'll start with giving you the houseplant tour.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so for those of you who love plants, we are not plant fanatics. Like, we're gonna walk you through the plants that we have, but if you want an in-depth description of what's the name of this plant? What species is it? Blah, blah, blah. We don't know.
We didn't go out and curate this collection because it matched the color scheme of our house or something. We literally just got plants given to us or bought the ones that were on sale. So don't expect a glamorous tour, but with that disclaimer, let's get into the first ones in this corner of the house.
So this is probably our most aesthetically pleasing plant. We got it for sale on Facebook Marketplace. It's a whole leaf something. What did you call it?
It's a monstera.
Monstera. Oh, that's why it's called Monty.
You didn't figure out that that's why it's called Monty?
Oh, that makes so much sense. I'm smart. So this is the newest addition to our house plants, and let me show you the oldest. This cactus in a sad mug I have had for longer than Levi. I got it in my first year of university from one of my friends, and it has survived multiple moves, multiple cities, and it even blooms every now and then. A little pink flower emerges once or twice a year. So on the other side of the yellow couch, we have this ivy thing. Our friends had it in their house, just in their kitchen, and they really didn't do much, and it seems happy. It's okay. Yeah. And this is another baby ivy thing, but it seems to be doing well, and there's even a little sprout coming off of it, which is totally our doing.
This is a bouquet of cut flowers that is slowly reaching nearly the end of its life. We don't get cut flowers all the time, but when we do, we try and make them last as long as possible. And look at this one. It's even growing little offshoots on the stems here.
And my personal favorite is the booby pot. I love having it in the back of my Zoom calls and stuff. Just a low-key, did you see? There's boobs behind me.
Also, a bunch of the people on the team also love the booby pot too.
Right, the booby pot is so great, and it comes in all different cup sizes. This is the B cups, I'm pretty sure.
So while I was researching for this video, I learned about the very unfortunate reality of the succulent black market, which is apparently a thing. I'm gonna link a great video from Cheddar explaining what this whole thing is about, and basically, succulents became very popular during the pandemic, and now we've created an unrealistic and unhealthy demand for them in our houses. Leah and I always make sure to buy our plants secondhand from local plant stores or foster them, like most of our plants are, like we mentioned. So starting off, our cool little plant stand, which we bought off of Craigslist, of course, like so many of our household items, is something we picked up from the about to be thrown out section at Canadian Tire. I think it's because a lot of its leaves have some blight on it, but I felt sort of bad and I hoped that maybe we'd be able to bring it back to life. There are some new non-blight leaves on here, so maybe we can salvage it. Moving right along, we got this spiky little weird thing.
The scientific name for it.
From a local plant shop, which is one of our favorites. And the people there are super lovely. And come on, this thing's freaking hilarious looking.
Looks like someone buried a pineapple.
Yeah. So this thing sadly came from our friend's house and has seen better days. We're not really sure what's wrong with it. Some of the things we've Googled have indicated that maybe we should be watering it more, and some have said watering less. So we're just gonna try both and see what happens. But it kind of looks like Sideshow Bob.
Totally.
So this little thingy madoober is, we're so sorry, plant people. We have a north-facing unit, so the plants that we have need to be relatively resistant to low light situations, and apparently this thing is good for it. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can identify this plant live. It's a dwarf umbrella tree. That doesn't seem right. A miniature umbrella tree. This is a tree?
Apparently.
A miniature one, okay. And here we have Larry. He's probably our biggest plant. Another Foster. So far he seems to enjoy his corner suite here in the apartment. And honestly, I've always wanted kind of a bigger, bushier plant like this. It helps with some privacy and it looks really cool. This little succulent guy came from my dad. He grew like 100 of these things in our family home, and he had so many that he brought one down for us. And so far we haven't killed it, so that's really awesome. This is our second jade plant, super resilient. Honestly, we have yet to be able to kill one. So, you know, it's nice to have a couple around to keep your morale high as an amateur farmer gardener.
Well, now we're arborists because we have a dwarf tree. So.
Speaking of trees and our skills as green thumbs, we are going to take this tour outside to where we have more of our food-related plants and whatnot, because that's more so what we are interested in. Okay, so we're out on the patio now. We're gonna keep it relatively quick out here because it's a little loud.
Huh?
And this is where we...
As you may have seen in our trees video, this is our own little tree that we have on the patio, but the rest are all food plants or ones that attract pollinators. So we have some cilantro in this one and this box. I don't actually remember the names of these, but they're supposed to have flowers on them that bees like. And you can see back here a lovely like orange and purple flowers, as well as some lettuces that are sprinkled throughout here.
But the majority of our growing happens off-site. So we have a rooftop garden that we're going to go to next, and then we're going to take you to our community garden, which is freaking adorable.
I'm so excited. We're even gonna plant some things together.
The hype train is a-rolling. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Toot, toot. I went down that train with you.
Yeah. Oh man,
so
we're
sorry.
terrible. That whole thing hurt me more than I want to admit.
Keep it in?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Okay. Welcome to the rooftop. So the rooftop area of our building was originally designated to be a rooftop garden, and there's a combination of managed beds and community beds. So things like this right beside me is all managed by the strata and a company that takes care of it for us and makes sure that the plants that are in them survive all the year round. But on the other side is where our garden plot is, along with everybody else in the building. If you live here, you get a plot in the garden for free. And things are still under construction right now because the buildings aren't totally finished, but we're still able to get over there and do some gardening. So let's go check out what we got. So the box is looking good this morning.
So we have a total mix of greens going on here. Like these, I don't actually know what these are. Are these mustard greens? I just know that they're delicious. Along this row, we have some beautiful radishes. I think we might even pick those today. Some freckled lettuce and some beets coming up along here. And then on this side of this mound of greens, a whole row of butter lettuce, which is my favorite. And this spinach, which is like, it's going bananas. The spinach is crazy.
So again, the idea with this box was to have things that we could easily add into a meal when we forgot about something last minute. Having these nice and close to our apartment means that we can basically come up here whenever we want. Oh, look at that! We got a freaking radish! Oh, look at that! We got another one! Oh, what the frig, dude! Look at that! 4 full-blown well, not full-blown, but these are pretty good.
buddy.
Look at Leah's hands.
I forgot the gardening gloves. Whoops.
So now we've got our hands a little dirty and we have planted those 3 things in this box, but we have 2 tomatoes that we want to put in at our community garden, which is where we're going to take you next. So let's go check it out. So Leah and I are by far the amateur tier of the community garden here.
Even though we've been here for 4 years?
Yeah, but honestly, I'm pretty stoked on how our garden looks this year. So we have garlic running along the front here, as I mentioned in a previous video. Plus we also have nasturtiums, which are coming up down here. And then we have some sneaky kales tucked in below here. Probably our favorite thing to plant other than tomatoes are peas. As you can see, we've made this trellis where we're going to be letting our peas grow, which is kind of exciting.
Yay! We even have little sweet peas on either side to have flowers and again to encourage pollinators to hang out at our box. If you want to have more frequent garden updates, feel free to follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
We post about it way more often on there because we are proud plant parents.
Also, Leah is almost at 10,000 followers on Instagram, which is crazy. So if you want to go and give her a little boost, you know, get Leah to that 10K part, and then she can promote.
You can swipe up for videos. Oh,
then you can promote that podcast. When you grow your own tomatoes or your own strawberries or raspberries or whatever, you see how much energy it takes to create this stuff. And I think that that will help you be more aware and appreciative of the food that you eat down the road. Not only that, it's really fun. Like, growing food for us during the pandemic and years in the past has been an amazing mental health check for us. It's something where you can see the progress evolve over time, and if you're lucky enough to be in a community garden like ours, you get to connect with people who are just really kind and nice and willing to help you out on your gardening journey. It's the rascal once again.
What are you doing?
Oh, Peggy, what's happening? What do you got there?
Chocolate.
Chocolate, love it.
I bought this exactly for this dark chocolate icing.
Can you give me a quick tour of your box for my YouTube channel?
I have an outstanding box in the back.
Yes, you do. You have the most outstanding box in the back. So Peggy is one of the legends here at the garden. She's taught us most of everything we know, other than the stuff that Janet didn't teach us. And you have to see her box. It's amazing.
Levi's back.
Levi's back.
Oh, and he's just as crazy as ever.
Okay, so this is Peggy's box. And is there any room for anything else, Pegs, or do you think you got it filled up?
Well, you know, I got a couple things this year and I found room for them. Somebody gave me this calendula. Doesn't it look like it just fits there?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when there's a will, there's a way, isn't there? So this is technically the garden box, but what's this over here? We seem to have not one, not two, but like 3, 4.
But they're between the box and the fence. They're not. I think I'm okay, right? Janet, I'm okay if these are between.
I'm not paying any attention to the conversation.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh, neither did I. I mean, it's a...
You had to say it when you're taking pictures.
Now you might be thinking, Levi, there's no community gardens near where I live. And you might be right, but you might also not be right, because there is a surprising amount of people who like gardening all over the world. No matter where you live, what religion, what country you are from, gardening is something that people like to do. So do some Googling, check it out in your area. Are there people and places willing to share knowledge or resources about how to make your food local again? I like how I somehow got like a Make America Great slur in there. So this is kind of the end of our story, our plant tour, I guess. Hopefully it was fun and interesting for you. If you did like it, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, etc., etc. But regardless of what you felt and where you're at in the gardening sphere, we want to thank you for watching today's video, for taking the time out of your day to spend some of it with us. And if you are subscribed to the channel, then we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.